So former RBA player Tim Hardaway destroys LeBron James on Gilbert Arenas podcast. I think it's called Gil's Arena, Gil's Chair. A bunch of older veteran players sitting around gossiping about the modern RBA. But anyway, Tim Hardaway destroys LeBron James, says he chokes more than a person with virgin lungs, chokes more than a first-time weed smoker. Tim Hardaway Sr., that is, says LeBron James is a professional choke artist. He says LeBron James chokes more than a wife beater. And I'm not talking about a tank top. LeBron James does nothing but choke. There are some people who can't help the choke, like swallowing food the wrong way. But LeBron James chooses to choke time and time again. Choke on the P. Diddy juice, allegedly. Pause. LeBron James chokes intentionally, purposely. Tim Hardaway believes that LeBron James has a choking sensation. But Tim Hardaway, who's a far better player than LeBron James, destroys LeBron James. But here's what Tim Hardaway had to say. He says, quote, "The king relies too much on his teammates to deliver in crucial moments rather than taking control himself," end quote. Well, first and foremost, LeBron James is not even the king. Why do we refer to this man as the king? Once again, this stems from programming. This is all rooted in programming, brainwashing us to call LeBron James the GOAT when he has done nothing in his RBA career to be considered the GOAT or the king. LeBron James is more like a queen. Call him Queen Naija. Call him La Queen Naija. Call him La Queen Naija.
Call him La Queen Naija.
Because LeBron James is like a female on the RBA court. Yes, LeBron James chokes in the fourth quarter. LeBron James does rely too much on his teammates down the stretch, especially when I heard someone say years ago when LeBron James played in a game, I believe it was versus Houston, and LeBron James passed up a great shot. He passed up a layup, ladies and gentlemen, not a three-point shot, not a free throw shot. Oh no, nah. A simple layup. LeBron James passed it up because he doesn't want to take the large share of the criticism. He can't take constructive criticism. He can't take the scrutiny, the backlash. LeBron James has to be painted as the hero at all times, even when he loses. When LeBron James loses, they blame his teammates. When he wins, he gets all the credit, and his teammates get none of that credit. And this is why LeBron James will go down as the worst leader in RBA history. LeBron James can't be relied upon in the fourth quarter because he's too inconsistent. And then you have people say, well, LeBron James has the most clutch shots in RBA history. You can have someone who took one clutch shot throughout their entire RBA career, and they'll have a higher percentage. You can make the case or the argument that they have a better clutch percentage in the stretch of games. So that stat is ridiculous. When they talk about LeBron James breaking all these records and having all the numbers. But what they fail to mention is LeBron James has taken Kobe Bryant's place for the most missed shots in RBA history, the most turnovers in RBA history, the most missed three-point shots in RBA history, the most finals losses in RBA history, the most ugly player in RBA history. So how can we consider this man top 2, top 5, or being the GOAT in any sort? LeBron James is not even a better player than Tim Hardaway. I would take Tim Hardaway 10 times, hence his jersey number. I would take him 10 times over LeBron James. And LeBron James, I don't even know why he's still playing currently. Supposedly, LeBron James was supposed to still be in the RBA because of his trash son, LaTrash Jr. But LaTrash Jr. is in a legit league. So now he's just waiting around for Bryce, when in all actuality, he's just continuing to play better, faster, and stronger in his older years and keeping up the pace with the younger generation, dunking on players. And y'all want me to believe that this man is not on steroids, allegedly. But supposedly, he's waiting around for Bryce James. LeBron James is trying to make it to where no one can break that all-time scoring record. He doesn't want no one to surpass him or break that record. So he's going to try to stay around as long as he can until he's crippled, walking with a cane, walking with a walker, riding in a wheelchair before someone breaks his RBA record, which is nothing but a fluke. And speaking of the name Hardaway, LeBron James has never taken the Hardaway. LeBron James has never, ever in his entire existence, RBA career, has taken the Hardaway. LeBron James has always taken the easy way, the easier way. Like Tim Hardaway, he took the easier way. LeBron James takes the easy way. Call him Le Easy Bake Oven. LeBron James quit on the Cleveland Cavaliers back in 2009, 2010. He left and joined the Miami Heat and formed a big three. He wanted to take the easier route. LeBron James won 2 rigged RBA championships with the so-called Heatles and took his so-called talents back to Cleveland with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Took another easy route. Like he's seen a hard route on the highway and then took exit 23 leading to the state Quitterville, leading to the state Chokerville, because he's a choker. LeBron James is not even better than Penny Hardaway, not quarter Hardaway, not nickel Hardaway, not even dime Hardaway. LeBron James is the most overrated player in RBA history. And I'm proud that I will one day go down in the YouTube history books for exposing LeBron James. I'm happy that I could be a leader, and it's becoming a domino effect. And more RBA players are stepping to the forefront and exposing LeBron James for being weak. LeBron James can't help but choke. He has a choke gene, not a clutch gene, a choke gene. But someone tried to convince me that LeBron James made a clutch pass. And I said, what the hell is a clutch pass? No, LeBron James made an emergency pass. LeBron James quit on the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018 after he won his rigged 2016 RBA Finals. He knew that he couldn't defeat Kevin Durant, and he knew that Kevin Durant's run with the Golden State Warriors would soon be coming to an end. So he said, you know what? Let me go to the West. The West has become weaker. And it'll end the so-called narrative that I can't play in the West, that I wouldn't win in the West when he won that rigged bubble title. So LeBron James quit again and then joins the Los Angeles Lakers to try to take Kobe Bryant's spot and usurp and erase what Kobe Bryant did, erase Kobe Bryant's legacy so he could become the so-called true king. But he'll never be better than Michael Jordan. He is the worst player of all time. LeBron James shouldn't even be top 40, top 50, top 60, top 1,000. He sucks. LeBron James is a superhero. We should call him the steroid man. He's flying through the air, releasing steroids allegedly like a bird releases poop on my window. LeBron James has a history of choking. LeBron James, he relied on Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen to hit the shot to save his legacy. He relied on Kyrie Irving hitting the clutch shot versus the Golden State Warriors to save his legacy once again. LeBron James should have no championships. Everybody blamed J.R. Smith when they played the Golden State Warriors in the 2018 RBA Finals. They blamed J.R. Smith. LeBron James blamed J.R. Smith. But LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers went into overtime and he still lost. You had ample opportunity to still win that game, but you quit on your team. Fast forward years later, LeBron James had an opportunity to defeat the Boston Celtics. He supposedly gets fouled by Jason Tatum, slapped on the arm. He throws a temper tantrum like a little kid. Still can go into overtime and win the game. He quits. His body language, his mannerisms proves that he's a choker. Even Tim Hardaway Jr. is a better player than LeBron James. LeBron James is petrified in the fourth quarter and clutch moments. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is cold-blooded in the fourth quarter. He's not passive in the fourth quarter. Neither is Kobe Bryant. Neither is Kyrie Irving. But LeBron James' heart pumps red Kool-Aid.